1. A peaceful, picturesque English village nestled in the lush, rolling hills of Derbyshire, with thatched roof cottages and a serene, winding stream. 2. A bolt of cloth being transported by a merchant from London, unaware of the deadly cargo it carries. 3. The arrival of the plague in Eyam, as the villager unpacks the cloth and is overcome by the first symptoms of the disease. 4. Worried villagers gathering in the town square, discussing the news with a sense of growing unease and apprehension. 5. The village rector, William Mompesson, addressing the congregation in the local church, his expression grave as he lays out the difficult choice they must make. 6. Townspeople in deep deliberation, weighing the options of fleeing or staying to contain the plague, their faces etched with concern. 7. The villagers of Eyam reaching a consensus, their expressions resolute as they decide to self-quarantine and protect their neighbors. 8. Residents erecting a boundary around the village, using stones and wooden posts to create a physical barrier against the outside world. 9. Families bidding farewell to loved ones outside the quarantine zone, their faces filled with sorrow and worry as they reluctantly part ways. 10. The once bustling streets of Eyam falling silent, save for the distant cries of the sick and the tolling of the church bell. 11. A somber procession of villagers carrying the coffins of their deceased loved ones, their faces etched with grief. 12. Neighboring villages leaving supplies at the boundary, placing them carefully on the ground and retreating to a safe distance. 13. Eyam residents retrieving the supplies, using long poles to transfer the goods while maintaining the quarantine. 14. A family huddled around a makeshift well, lowering a vinegar-soaked coin on a string to pay for the delivered goods. 15. A young child peering out from a window, their expression a mix of curiosity and fear as they witness the unfolding events. 16. A doctor tending to the ill, his face masked and his movements careful, as he tries to alleviate the suffering of the plague victims. 17. Villagers digging mass graves, their faces etched with exhaustion and sorrow as they lay their loved ones to rest. 18. A mother cradling her dying child, tears streaming down her face as she holds them close in their final moments. 19. The church bell tolling repeatedly, each chime a somber reminder of the lives lost to the plague. 20. Weary villagers gathering around a small fire, their expressions somber as they reflect on the sacrifices they have made. 21. A lone figure, silhouetted against the night sky, standing vigil at the boundary of the quarantined village. 22. The last surviving residents of Eyam emerging from the quarantine, their faces a mix of relief and profound sorrow at the devastation they have endured. 23. The village of Eyam, now haunted by the memory of the plague, its once vibrant streets left eerily quiet and deserted. 24. A memorial erected in the village, a solemn tribute to the courage and resilience of the people of Eyam. 25. The surrounding countryside now dotted with the gravestones of those who perished, a silent witness to the tragedy that unfolded in this small, but remarkable, community.